All right, another old man training. Oh, another old man leg day. Right. Doing my best to get past this little groin accident I had a couple weeks ago. Things are still not 100%, although they're very, very fastly improving. So starting off every leg workout, and sometimes every back workout with the reverse hyper. As you can see, I'm doing individual leg slings, otherwise known as the ab slings. That's my son in the background, so I do apologize ahead of time. But after I did this, back felt really great. Glutes and hams felt really warmed up. So if you're suffering from any type of back issues, I recommend you guys pick up this piece of equipment. They do sell a home version through Rogue. It is West Side Barbell approved. Also, you can get to any gym that has something like this. I put in a Facebook group that I'm a part of that if you're having lower back problems or anything ails you lower back wise, this is your best bet to get those fixed without having to go to physical therapy or anything like that. So I recommend you guys get on this machine a couple of times a week. So I'm working this into my routine, and I'm doing sets of 10 to 15. Last week it was just the 25s. Now this week it's 100 pounds. And I'm just going to continue to build up until I get to a pretty decent poundage. I know a lot of people have done a lot of weight on this in the past. A lot of people have seen the West Side Barbell video with Chuck Vogel in it. He's doing like 445s a side. I don't think I'll ever get to that. I don't know if I want to get to that, but we'll keep building up to a really good poundage, and we're going to make our lower backs bulletproof, our glutes and hamstrings bulletproof as well. Speaking of bulletproof hamstrings, seated leg curls here. Again, I always do some type of leg curl every workout, but it's not the lead off right now. The reverse hyper is. So we're going to, like I said, keep building that up. But leg curls, especially the seated variation, has a very special place inside of the overall training program. It's probably one of the better leg curl variations out of all of them. And we just continue to build upon that, getting close to stacking it out. So I'm very happy about that. I think one of the main cues that I like to give on this movement in particular is to not torque your lower back to bring the weight down, right? I try to keep my hips back so I can get a good stretch in the hamstrings at the top of the movement, and then I just roll it back down to a hard contraction. This is, like I said, those cues help me, but definitely not using the low back and putting it into flexion to help you get the weight down. It's probably one of the key things that I think I can communicate to you as far as performance of that particular movement. So we're moving on to the pendulum hip press, or basically a leg press. If you can see it, I'm not sure you can. My heels are hanging off the bottom of the platform. This is to bias the movement to make it more quad dominant. This is something that I picked up from Coach Chasm and the guys at N1 Training, a very good website that I have a membership to. You should probably look into it, get you some really, really good training knowledge. So now I'm just really trying to bias the quad. I'm really emphasizing the negative, and I'm trying to go as deep as possible. Now, guys, keep in mind, I am recovering from kind of a groin injury, so it's that pain wrapped around my hip, lower back area. So I'm just, as my abdomen area, low back area gains a little bit more strength and able to handle increased tension via weight load, I'm just really taking it easy. So as you can see, I'm not doing the reps as slow as I was doing them with 2 plates. And I'm just really repping it out in a very fluid motion. Quick note on that as I pyramid up in weight. Where the next set, I'm going to explain it a little bit. Surgical bodybuilding. So as we can see in the nomenclature these days for bodybuilding, it's a lot of quad bias, lat bias, chest bias. With all of that knowledge that we have now, I don't want to turn us into surgical bodybuilders, right? picking an exercise that hits the muscle across the widest area of that possible, across the widest area of that muscle, barbell curls, incline press, dumbbell press. You can do all of those, right? And still make great gains. I personally do not like incline pressing with a straight bar. So I'm not going to do it, right? I'm not going to do it anymore. But I use football bar, Swiss bar, things of that nature to help get me a complete workout for my upper chest without having to use a straight bar. So surgical bodybuilding is kind of what we're in the phase that we're in now. But still utilize regular compound movements. But that's a whole nother debate for another day. Went up to 5 plates and a quarter here. The goal was to not cluster set, rest pause, this, whatever you want to call it. But that's what ended up happening. So we did 6, 6, and 1 for 13 reps, rest pause. So I'm not as strong as I thought I was, but I'm still working towards getting better with it. So it's funny how things work out. My legs were thrashed after this, but also at the same time, I knew I could have did more, but I was under a time crunch, unfortunately. This was before Sunday Night Football this past Sunday, and I just had about an hour to 40 minutes to an hour to train, so did what I had to do.
Okay, that wasn't the smartest thing in the world to do. Thought I was strong enough to handle it. I probably should have went 4 plates into 25 instead of 5 plates into 25. But that's okay, because I got a total of 13 reps. So, cluster set this. I recommend try to beat the reps each time. And then, this is a really good way to get stronger, guys. Really good way. Putting it in all my programming for my clients. I'm also instituting wave loading as well. That's a good way to get strong, get a lot of good muscle work in, but that'll be for a future video, but not right now. But guys, cluster sets, man, this shit's a golden jewel. Cluster sets and rest pause. God, besides straight sets, those are like the crown jewels of muscle and strength building. So please, you ain't even gotta follow the lead that I'm doing. Find a way to get them in your training somehow. Find that way, and then, man, just flourish. I guarantee you, if you institute cluster sets and rest pause sets, get as strong as fuck as you can right now, dude, girl, you will look completely different by the time springtime comes. All right, last exercise, let's go.
And here we go with the last exercise, which is leg extensions. Couple of sets here. They were all done rest pause, cluster set style. With leg extensions, there's really nothing fancy. You just want to make sure you get a full contraction or as close to a full contraction as possible. I generally don't lock my knees out that much because it just gets very, very uncomfortable, and I'll be dealing with knee pain for the rest of the day. So me doing that hard squeeze at the top, nope, them days are gone. So I come just short of lockout, maybe a little bit shorter, and I just really try to burn that muscle, which works. So as you can notice, I'm using the Nautilus Nitro Plus piece of equipment, which is very, very, very good. If you are a member of Snap Fitness, I'm pretty sure you remember all of these. They make different iterations now, but it really hits the quadricep just right. So 2 sets, failure, and then we gear back up to try again tomorrow with legs. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, any questions, please like and subscribe to the channel. Comment on the video, even if you're not liking and subscribing. I just appreciate you taking some time out your schedule to watch me train and get some tips. So y'all have a good one. Thanks.